evening, just a few weeks after the Gunners won 4-2 in the league. Both sides have made 4 changes from their weekend fixtures. Arsenal's 22-match unbeaten run, of course, came to an end. They lost 3-2 at Southampton. Petr Cech comes in goal. Spurs, the big team news for them: Harry Kane only on the bench. He's been struggling with a cold. Gazaniga, Eriksson, Son and Winks come into the starting lineup. Luis, Lamela and Skip are the other players to drop out. Arsenal and Tottenham won 4-2 in the league. Both sides have made 4 changes from their weekend fixtures. Arsenal's 22-match unbeaten run, of course, came to an end. They lost 3-2 at Southampton. Petr Cech comes in goal for them. There also starts for Maitland-Niles, Socrates and Aaron Ramsey. Leno, Bellerin, Koscielny and Lichtsteiner drop out. For Spurs, the big team news for them: Harry Kane only on the bench. He's been struggling with a cold. Gazaniga, Eriksson, Son and Winks come into the starting lineup. Luis, Lamela and Skip are the other players to drop out. Arsenal and Tottenham renew rivalries in the Carabao Cup quarter-finals this evening, just a few weeks after the Gunners won 4-2 in the league. Both sides have made 4 changes from their weekend fixtures. Arsenal's 22-match unbeaten run, of course, came to an end. They lost 3-2 at Southampton. Petr Cech comes in goal for them. There also starts for Maitland-Niles, Socrates and Aaron Ramsey. Leno, Bellerin, Koscielny and Lichtsteiner drop out. For Spurs, the big team news for them: Harry Kane only on the bench. He's been struggling with a cold. Gazaniga, Eriksson, Son and Winks come into the starting lineup. Luis, Lamela and Skip are the other players to drop out. Arsenal and Tottenham renew rivalries in the Carabao Cup quarter-finals this evening, just a few weeks after the Gunners won 4-2 in the league. Both sides in September. 2 at Southampton made 6 changes but names a strong side, with the likes of Andres Christensen, Cesc Fabregas, Ross Barkley and Olivier Giroud all starting, while Eden Hazard is on the bench. For the Cherries, the big news is that Callum Wilson comes into the starting lineup following a hamstring problem. There'll be somewhat of a sense of deja vu at Stamford Bridge as Chelsea and Bournemouth meet in the EFL Cup quarter-finals for the 2nd straight year. Last season saw Alvaro Morata score a stoppage time winner for the Blues as they ran out 2-1 victors. They also won 2-0 and these two sides met in SW6 in September. Maurizio Sarri has made 6 changes but names a strong side, with the likes of Andres Christensen, Cesc Fabregas, Ross Barkley and Olivier Giroud all starting, while Eden Hazard is on the bench. For the Cherries, the big news is that Callum Wilson for them: Harry Kane only on the bench. He's been struggling with a cold. Gazaniga, Eriksson, Son and Winks come into the starting lineup. Luis, Lamela and Skip are the other players to drop out. Arsenal and Tottenham renew rivalries in the Carabao Cup quarter-finals this evening, just a few weeks after the Gunners won 4-2 in the league. Both sides have too much. Well, it's a very warm welcome along to our independent off-tube studio commentary of this Carabao Cup quarter-final, big North London derby between Arsenal and Tottenham. These two sides renewing rivalries just a couple of weeks after they met in the league. That ended in a very entertaining 4-2 victory for Arsenal, but Unai Emery's side coming to this game on the back of a surprise 3-2 defeat at Southampton last time out, whereas Spurs, they were 1-0 winners against Burnley and haven't lost since that defeat at the Emirates Stadium. But they're back at that venue for what is the glamour tie, really. Morata in the 91st hit. The game underway and immediately give possession away from the kickoff. I hope that's not a sign of things to come in terms of the quality of the match, but it should be another very entertaining game. These two sides usually throw up a really good spectacle. 4 changes apiece from their respective teams at the weekend. The big team news, I suppose, is Harry Kane is only on the bench for Tottenham. He has been struggling with a cold over the last few days. It's myself, Tom McGarry and John Hogan talking you through tonight's coverage. And John, it's got to be a good game. It usually is when these two meet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting a full-blooded game. Both the two sets of players understand what the fans need out of them. You know, the subtext, of course, is all eyes on Pochettino, maybe the next Manchester United manager after the caretaker, of course. I always think that's really unfair, but something he hasn't done with Spurs yet is, he's win a trophy, and he'll be desperate to do that. Mkhitaryan thinks he should have got a corner kick there, and the ball just glanced off the arm of Harry Winks inside the box, and I'm not saying it should have been a penalty, but it definitely should have been a corner kick.
Yeah, it comes off Winks' arm. It was just a yard outside of the penalty area, and in fact the referee has spotted it, so Mkhitaryan wanted the free kick, but he's got a corner and still a chance for Arsenal to load the box early doors. Granit Xhaka whips the ball into the near post, and it's flicked across the face of goal by Mkhitaryan, who scored a really good headed goal against Southampton at the weekend. He makes contact there at the near post. Monreal was the man trying to fly in at the far stick. Had he got there, he would have turned the ball into an empty net. The fact he didn't get there, he was claiming, was the fact he was being held by Kieran Trippier.
And he was. Holding hands with him, making sure he couldn't get there. They're able to look at VAR in this competition, aren't they, and take a look. I don't think he was hanging on to him long enough. And I think that's it, really. But it was borderline that on another day, and if Trippier hangs on for just a nanosecond more, it may have been a penalty, that.
Yes, certainly a slight risk taken by Kieran Trippier. You can argue Monreal was putting his arm back towards the Tottenham fullback as well. Trippier, incidentally, has now gone down in a challenge on the halfway line, so he's been heavily involved in the action early doors. Has had his injury troubles over recent weeks, and he just took a little bit of a kick from Henrik Mkhitaryan. There would be a sore one on the left ankle. He is now gingerly back to his feet. This, of course, is not the only Carabao Cup quarter-final taking place this evening. There's also the game between Chelsea and Bournemouth at Stamford Bridge. It's also available on this service, and we'll keep you up to date with the scoreline in that one as well. These two fixtures, the final two quarter-finals, after we saw Manchester City and Burton Albion come through yesterday evening. Manchester City doing so via penalties. Burton winning 1-0 at Middlesbrough. Spurs have a free kick down the left-hand side. Danny Rose, who wasn't at his best against Burnley at the weekend, just rolls the ball back to Ben Davies, who then plays it back down the line. That allows Rose to find out. It's a lovely little lead from Christian Eriksen to release Heung-min Son, who is playing as the central striker this evening in the absence of Harry Kane. But the attack breaks down for Spurs. Aubameyang and Iwobi then trying to quickly break forward for Arsenal, but the offside flag has been raised against Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
Yeah, it sure is, and be a hard-fought game this one way or another. We expect goals, though, don't we? I think really both teams have got enough attacking threat out there. It's not like the two games last night where one of the teams, I think it might have been Leicester, had made 8 changes and Man City 7. It's either that or the other way round. Both teams playing plenty of respect. Both teams have got really strong lineups, I think, and really honouring the competition. And let's face it, the other fact of the matter is you get through, Burton are tilted at windmills if you could avoid Man City in the draw, And on the other side of the draw, things don't look that difficult, do they? So, there's a real chance to get through this semi and a chance to win the first silverware of the season. And like we said, Unai Emery used to winning competitions. European League used to be standing dish for him, didn't they, at Seville? And of course, Pochettino, as I've mentioned before, yet to win any silverware with Spurs. And a few eyebrows raised.
That's Janet, you fucking dumb prick.
Held up by Guendouzi it was in the end, and Arsenal can get hold of possession. Aaron Ramsey draws a free kick from Harry Winks, the two number 8s coming together there. Lucas Torreira takes the free kick quickly. Him and Guendouzi both signed during the summer by Unai Emery, and Torreira in particular has caught the eye, but Guendouzi at just 19 has also impressed when he's had a chance in the starting lineup, and they form a good base of the midfield for Arsenal, you would suspect, this evening. Christian Eriksen, who will test that base for Tottenham, rolls the ball out to Danny Rose on the left-hand side. He's up against Henrik Mkhitaryan, tries to get beyond the Armenian, who does some decent defensive work, can't prevent the ball going out of play for a throw-in, but unusual, I suppose, to see Henrik Mkhitaryan back doing that kind of work, not renowned for his defensive nous, shall we say. Spurs have again taken the throw-in quickly and have moved the ball back towards the halfway line now, but after a slightly nervy start where Arsenal had that early opportunity from the corner, Spurs are now seeing plenty of the ball.
Yeah, they are. They tried to release Mora there. Xhaka got goal sign. He's protected by Monreal. I think both teams at the back have got square pegs in round holes tonight, and that's another reason to believe that there'll be goals. I was thinking 2-2. Let's hope that we get a game that's as good as that. But I don't see any reason why we don't get goals. I see mistakes from Granit Xhaka. You know, he's a great passer of the ball. That does not make him a great defensive midfielder, let alone centre-back. Quite tall. Still, you know, question marks there. And Ben Davies is not an actual centre-back either. So, you know, both teams can get on the front foot here. And I think there'll be big holes for them to punch through.
Yeah, they both have defensive concerns, which is why we've got Xhaka and Davies playing as auxiliary centre-backs. Koscielny only fit enough after a recent return from a long-term Achilles injury to taking place on the bench. Alexis Mustafi are currently out injured for Arsenal. No Davinson Sanchez or Jan Vertonghen this evening for Tottenham, as it will be breaking forward for the Gunners. Finds Ramsey, who strikes towards goal, and it's a really good effort on his right foot. Aaron Ramsey's made a career at Arsenal out of that, and he broke forward, and it's a really good clean hit after good play and good persistence from Alex Iwobi down the left-hand side. Ramsey was involved in the give and go, and it ends with a decent effort on goal.
Yeah, he got it out of his feet, lashed at it. Maybe that ball got away from him a bit because he's actually
Lively start at the Emirates Stadium, unsurprisingly so, although it remains Arsenal 0, Tottenham 0. The two big moments have come in the favour of the Gunners. First of all, from a Granit Xhaka corner, Henrik Mkhitaryan flicked it onto the near post. Nacho Monreal was very close to making contact at the far stick and turning the ball into the back of the net. He claimed he wasn't able to do so because he was being held by Kieran Trippier. Probably would have been harsh had it been given as a penalty. Then Arsenal again broke forward, this time down their left. Alex Iwobi and Aaron Ramsey linking up nicely, and it led to the latter having a right foot shot inside the penalty area that flew wide of the target. It's Arsenal 0, Tottenham 0.
Yeah, it is. Pochettino just sat down looking, arms folded across his chest. I think he'll be alright about the start they've made. So far, I mean, it's 6 and 2 threes really. Both teams have got a coherent attack.
Fuck off.
Both teams have given the ball away a bit. It's hotly contested, and you know it's everything that we expect from a North London derby. See a good long ball, and Danny Rose able to head back to his keeper. Danny Rose had a poor game at the weekend. Looked really ring rusty, but we know he's a good player. We're hoping for better from him today.
Yeah, as Guendouzi has possession of the ball for Arsenal, holds off the clutches of Lucas Moura and drives into the midfield. A little bit of an ambitious ball in the end. He had better options than that as he looked over the top towards Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, but trying to be positive there, the young Arsenal midfielders. Here's Tottenham's young midfielder, Harry Winks, just strokes the ball back to Toby Alderweireld, who rolls it back into the feet of Winks once again, under pressure from both Ramsey and Aubameyang, but he moves it out to Trippier on the right-hand side. Now Moussa Sissoko can play a little give and go with Lucas Moura down the Spurs right, and he returns it to Moura once again. It's a good ball. Likewise, Moura finds Eriksen, whose first touch was maybe a little bit heavy. That allowed Ainsley Maitland-Niles to come across and just put the pressure on Eriksen, who sliced the ball wide. Not a too dissimilar position to where Eriksen ghosted in to score the winning goal against Burnley at the weekend at Wembley, but on this occasion it was a bit of a slice finish.
I'm a big fan of Maitland-Niles. What he does there, yeah, he goes, he drifts in centrally, he looks over his shoulder. Eriksen. So he's going to just bomb to his right hand side and just make sure that he's there to block a shot off, and he does that. He puts him under pressure. He's got bags of pace about him. He's still a lot to learn, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I think he'll get there, and I think his career is going to be in the Premier League. He's such a good player, a little bit under the radar. Current injuries, I think Bayern's picked up an injury, hasn't he? Might just give him a chance in the team to show what he can do.
Yeah, he's another player who can play a number of different positions. As Spurs come forward again, Trippier, early ball into the box. Ericsson, who was the wrong side of Maitland-Niles, sorry, it's Dele Alli, in fact, the wrong side of Maitland-Niles, just creeping in, gets his head to the ball, but Maitland-Niles did enough in getting back to put Dele Alli off, and he couldn't divert the header towards the target. Difficult chance for Dele Alli, but it was a good ball in from Kieran Trippier.
Yeah, I mean, that's good play by Spurs as well. I was, bigging up Maitland-Niles, but what he found there was that he was marking Heung-min Son for a second, and then the next thing he knows, he's got to mark Dele Alli.
Might be a chance now for Mkhitaryan breaking into the box for Arsenal. It's end-to-end stuff in this game. Mkhitaryan linking up with Aaron Ramsey, and really, he will feel he probably should be scoring. It's a good save from Spurs' goalkeeper this evening, Paulo Gazzaniga. First time we've mentioned him, but Mkhitaryan will probably feel he shouldn't be giving him much of a chance.
Smash and give and go. Yeah, you're right. He'd be very disappointed that he didn't find the back of the net. He hits the ball firmly enough, but it's pretty much straight at the keeper from where he was. He's absolutely through. The lovely give and go there, and in the end, that little stab back heel from Ramsey was perfect. He probably didn't need to drag it to the side of the keeper. It's just allowed him to get down. I think the other side of the goal looked more natural to me.
I think that's what he's thinking himself. He's trying to trick, if you like, Gazzaniga. He's presuming Gazzaniga will think he's going to the left. He tries to pull it in towards the near post, and Gazzaniga, the Argentine, who had an impressive cameo earlier in the season, didn't he? Played a couple of games, and he read the situation there and made a really good save.
Yeah, I would bet, or I'm thinking that it's almost like he might be a left-footed Gazzaniga, either which way his weight was going on, pushing himself onto that right-hand side. So, then if you're Mkhitaryan, I think you've got to look to the left of the keeper, give him the eyes that way, and then flick it the other way. He did it the other way round. I thought that made it quite easy for him. But if you put the ball close enough to a decent keeper, he's going to save it anyway. Yeah,
and it'll do his confidence the world of good as well. Spurs have a throw-in just inside their own half. Danny Rose, who's got the captain's armband on this evening, is one of Spurs' senior men in the lineup. He throws the ball infield towards Son, who's dropped deep to get involved. Chest control and switch from him. Forces Kieran Trippier to scamper, but Trippier will keep the ball in play, and he has time to assess his options before looking long towards Son, who continued his run forward. Doesn't quite find the South Korean, but Spurs will get possession once again. Rose goes all the way back to Gazzaniga in the goal. He rolls it out to Alderweireld on the corner of the Spurs penalty area. Still 0-0, incidentally, in the other Carabao Cup tie this evening between Chelsea and Bournemouth. A number of changes to the respective lineups in that game as Winks and Sissoko combine for Tottenham. Sissoko trying to force the ball forward for Son. It didn't find him initially, but Arsenal haven't dealt with the pass, and Son can pick up the pieces on the left-hand side. Rolls it back to Rose. He interchanges not once but twice with Ericsson. It does have a feel that Spurs have probably seen more of the ball at this stage, which is a slight surprise given the away side, but it's Arsenal who've created just about all of the opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, it's a decent game, isn't it? But it does look like the Gunners are happy to try and play counter-attack, and they've done that quite coherently so far. But here's the chance for Spurs.
Yeah, Trippier tees up Sissoko, dinks the ball into the middle, headed clear by Torreira, who was well placed, but the loose balls are being picked up by Tottenham players. Winks driving forward. Ericsson now picks up the baton and rolls it across to Sissoko. Trippier hugging the touchline. Sissoko's made a darting run forward. Trippier ignores him and goes back into Alderweireld. But Spurs are playing like the home side, dictating the tempo. They've been in good form since losing to Arsenal at the start of December. They've won their 3 Premier League games since then. The only draw they've had during that run as well was that important draw at the Camp Nou, where this helped them get through in the Champions League, drawing 1-1 with Barcelona. But it's 65% possession in their favour as Ericsson, heavy touch from him, but he still manages to squeeze it forward to Son. Lucas now gets involved, can't tee up Ericsson, but again Winks is picking up the pieces, squeezes it to the left-hand side with Ali. Now Harry Winks once more. Tottenham probing. Arsenal with plenty of bodies behind the ball, holding a narrow line as well. It forces in the end Eriksson to decide to go for goal from range, and it flies over the top of the crossbar. Arsenal supporters might not necessarily like to see their side sitting back so deep and allowing Tottenham to have a lot of the ball, but from a defensive point of view there, they really nullified the space.
Yeah, to some degree. I mean, Eriksson had it.
the odds from the fucking game of FIFA. Just because the commentary's so dead. So try to freeze that.
Shot, but the move.
Our next football commentary side finds Eriksson. The referee Jonathan Moss might have got in Eriksson's way there, but Spurs have picked up possession once again anyway. Son and Rose combined down the left hand side against Spurs. Forced backwards towards the good luck.
Ball into the box there, and the Maitland-Niles has to do it. He's really good at chesting it out for a corner. He didn't know what was behind. Has to do it. He's really good at chesting it out for a corner. He didn't know what was behind him.
Fucking off.
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Arnie. Football kindly.
Oh, what is up with this fucking thing?
It's on. Yeah.
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on whether you're interested in betting on the match with player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting markets, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting markets, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck.
Yes.
Or the last scorer, correct.
Oh, fuck that. What the fuck is up with that?
Christmas is my favourite time of year to be a newsagent, and seeing as the Lotto Christmas Super Draw must be won this Saturday, I thought why not go...
There's some exciting football commentary action coming, or any other of our exciting markets, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck.
Oh, fuck you.
Today, historical sites are disappearing. But AI can help us bring history back to life.
To recreate historical sites, we had to stitch hundreds of pictures one by one. With Microsoft AI, we are able to stitch hundreds of thousands of pictures in one night. I need to make it possible because it's so important to do it.
Today, historical sites are disappearing, but AI